Is the Hyper SMG the missing link to make the pump shotgun viable? This is the question I will try to answer in this video by analyzing the Hyper SMG in depth. I come from a different battle royale called Run Royale, where I was ranked 1 EU on the leaderboards literally for years. Now after switching to Fortnite recently, I've made it my goal to start my quest to become the best together with you guys. I've analyzed many of this season's weapons already, and while doing so, I realized the pump shotgun doesn't really fit into any of my loadouts. But today, again, I'm taking a look at the Hyper SMG, a weapon I heard it's best paired with the pump shotgun. I will analyze the Hyper SMG in 3 steps. First, we'll talk about the base, then about the ideal loadout, and lastly about attachments, before concluding with the best strategy for the Hyper SMG. Before we talk about the perfect loadout, let's cover the base. The Hyper SMG comes with decent DPS, low damage on shots, a very high fire rate, and a big magazine, but of course that will feel lower because we have that insanely fast fire rate. It has really good reload speed, and very good vertical recoil, however, bad horizontal recoil. This is classic for an SMG because vertical recoil is more important for close range, as horizontal recoil and bloom matters less here because of course your enemy is wider on the screen. So while it bounces from left to right, the shots will still remain on the enemy if you're close enough. And the opposite, of course, horizontal recoil is more important on long range because if the enemy is smaller, these left to right bounces will make it so that your weapon will automatically miss even though you're aiming perfectly. However, guys, attachments will drastically improve this to an unreal amount. To be honest, the accuracy is the biggest surprise and advantage of this SMG. But of course, we'll talk about this in attachments very soon. Let's take a look at level up. If you level up the Hyper SMG, you obviously get more DPS, higher damage on shot, of course also for medium and long range, more structure damage for my build players. Reload speed goes down by half a second on max rarity versus lowest rarity. And then really importantly, the vertical recoil drastically goes down. Okay, that's the base of the weapon. Let's talk about loadout. The main point of the video is trying to figure out if the Hyper SMG is the best weapon paired with the pump shotgun, and then deciding if it's good enough to justify it as a build. For that purpose, of course, we're gonna combine it with the pump shotgun on close range, and we will use the sniper rifle on long range. So the idea behind the build is shoot the pump shotgun, and since it has super slow attack speed, switch to the Hyper SMG as you would always do with pump shotguns anyways. And what you will notice is that the Hyper SMG with the right attachments is an absolute laser. However, on slightly longer range than you would normally play SMGs. In general, guys, of course, trying out the weapon gives you more info than the pure DPS sheet we looked at earlier, because the DPS sheet is based on 100% accuracy, which is always obviously unreachable. So we need to take into consideration how many bullets you can realistically hit. For that, you just gotta try the weapon. We'll also talk about this in attachments more in detail. Let's briefly finish the loadout first. As I said, we will use the sniper rifle for long range. I have a super in-depth sniping guide I can really recommend to you guys. However, really short breakdown. You will make use of the drum mag on the sniper rifle combined with the angled grip to get faster DPS, ADS, and the 4x scope. Heals and shields, we will be going for blue fish if you can find 3. Otherwise, big shields are also always good, of course. Movement, kind of 2 ways to go about it. One is shockwave grenades because they do give you the supreme movement. However, they do run out. So if you want to play for consistency, I recommend the grapple blade still because it never runs out. And running out of movement, of course, is easily the fastest way to die in a late game. I personally go with it, but if you can find 6 shockwave nades or an NPC that resupplies you with shockwave nades, you can go for that. Bunkers are also really good for the late game. So if perhaps you run out of shield anyways, good pickup. If you wanna remove the sniper rifle from your build for some weird reason, also good pickup. But yeah, attachments. There really is 2 ways to go about it, okay? You can either go for a classic hipfire SMG that you shoot after hitting the pump shotgun shot, and for that you will use the laser for better hipfire accuracy, no sight, a quick mag so you can quickly reload in case you run out, and a muzzle brake to reduce recoil. The second option is turning the SMG into an AR hybrid. For this, we will go for a high accuracy loadout with a vertical grip, a drum magazine, a red eye sight, or a hollow. And to be honest, it is accurate enough for a 2x scope even, which is really strange for an SMG. Lastly, again, the muzzle brake for higher accuracy yet again. I personally like the AR hybrid way more because this uses the insane accuracy this weapon brings. And also, the low DPS is kind of not good enough for hipfire in super close range. Let's talk about strategy before we finally answer the question if the Hyper SMG actually makes the pump viable. So what you're gonna do is drop Reckless Railways and go for the mythical Hyper SMG because this comes literally with the perfect attachments all around. It does have the vertical grip, the drum mag, a hollow sight, and the muzzle brake. This is literally the highest peak of the weapon, with of course the best DPS as well. And honestly, this kind of tells me that Epic had the same idea, that this SMG is kind of meant as an AR hybrid weapon and not as this classic SMG. But it doesn't change that you will still hit them with the pump shotgun first, then switch to SMG, but you will use the ADS always, because this will honestly drastically improve the amount of bullets you will connect on the enemy. And the other way around, if you're on long range, hit the snipe first. Of course, you hit the headshot, fight is over. But if you only hit the body shot, you push with movement. If you're close enough for the pump, you start with them. And if not, you use the Hyper SMG as a pure laser to finish the fight. Okay, let's get to the point. Is this strategy worth it? Does the Hyper SMG make the pump viable? There are two answers to this, guys. First is no. While the Hyper SMG does have advantages, mainly the honestly insanely high accuracy for slightly longer distance than you would normally use an SMG for, it does lack DPS to compete with the Striker AR in that category. And that type of weapon is also better combined with an auto shotgun, as the auto shotgun can cover you infinitely on close range, pretty much. And you can switch once in perfect distance for the Hyper SMG, while the pump shotgun forces you to switch even if you're still too close for max efficiency on this AR hybrid SMG. Second answer is also no, because you simply do less damage with this in all scenarios than if you switch the pump for the auto shotgun and the Hyper SMG for the Striker AR. However, guys, the Hyper SMG itself is super fun to play, and if you manage to get the mystical, I do recommend playing it over low rarity Striker ARs. It is also really good for people that struggle to hit enough with the Striker AR to actually abuse its DPS advantages, as it has no problem connecting all bullets on the enemy, because accuracy really is way better on this thing. And yeah, I think it's best if I do a full analysis on the pump shotgun next. It only makes sense after this video, to be honest. If you want to see that, subscribe to the channel. I plan to cover literally everything that comes to Fortnite. And yeah, I'm still a super small channel, so if you found this video helpful, if you like you learned something, or just appreciate the effort I put into it, guys, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe. But really quick, I really have to say, I am so happy for all the support I'm getting recently. It is literally unreal to me how much good feedback I'm getting. I got 250 subs in the last 3 days. Dude, this is unreal for such a small channel, man. I also just got the first video above 10k views, so I just wanted to say this really means the world for me. I've been putting so much effort into this, and it's so cool to see that you guys are liking the videos. And yes, guys, the quest to become the best continues for all of us. If you have a cool build you want me to cover and analyze, let me know in the comments. What do you think is the best build for the pump shotgun? Do you actually like it more than the auto shotgun? Let me know. We'll cover it in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Easy win.